So Nigeria's most highly capitalized hotel and hospitality company, Transcorp Hilton Hotels PLC, has had a rally as a listed issuer on the domestic stock market since 2023 started. But as the tough socio-economic year 2013 begins to wind down, I sat down to a chat here in Abuja with Modupe Olusola. She is the CEO who drives the iconic multi-million-dollar leisure and hospitality organization. This was the first part of our conversation earlier today.
I'm happy that you actually say leisure hotel, because honestly, prior to COVID, this was not seen as a leisure hotel. So it means we're doing something right if we can actually be defined as that. But we're definitely Nigeria's leading hospitality brand. We own Transcorp Hilton Hotel Abuja, also Transcorp Hotels Calabar, and we've also invested in Aura, which is our asset-light strategy hospitality business.
I'm interested, Olusola, in your operations. Walk me through what it was through for 2023. Very tough one for Nigeria in terms of the macroeconomic environment.
So it's been difficult rising from the COVID experience, but what we have actually done is we've invested significantly in our business. We've invested in excellence and execution as part of our core values. And what we focused on is ensuring that we give the best guest experience to our staff and to the guests that come into the hotel as well. Meaning that our employees at all times are top-notch. They're smiling, they're giving excellent service. We've also actually recently invested quite significantly in our outlets across the hotel. Meaning that if you visit any of our restaurants, any of the open areas, you're going to get top excellent service. But beyond that, the food quality is good. We've also recently introduced a spa business into the hotel as well. Top-notch 5-star spa service, which is also good as well. Business has been interesting. It's been challenging because of the costs, increased cost in running operations. But what we've done, we've been very innovative in ensuring that we're actually constantly bringing new ideas to ensure that we are running operationally in terms of operational efficiency is actually key for us. So that on the top line, we're driving revenues. We've increased revenues by over 40% and ensuring that costs, we're keeping our eyes on our costs as well, which means that we're very mindful of the cost of power, of running business, energy costs. We're also very mindful of ensuring that our employees at all times get exposure to training, which ensures that they deliver excellent service as well.
Interesting, when I walked through your office this afternoon and I saw a number of awards. I'm sure a couple of these awards are the main gallery at the reception downstairs at the entrance of this multi-billion-dollar business empire. And I'm wondering, how did you get to carry away as many awards and things as possible, especially for this year?
So the awards are for me and for my team members, and actually for the wider group. We're part of the Heirs Holding Group, and I mentioned earlier on our core values. So at every point in time, we're focused on excellence, and we never just rest on our oars. We're never just about we're number one. I always say in prior interviews that we compete against ourselves, which means that we want to top what we did last year. I think we received almost 10 awards this year, and one of them is actually the 7-star hospitality award. Imagine that, 7 stars. The event actually took place in Greece, and we were commended where we run a 677-room hotel, and we have almost 1,000 keys across our businesses in terms of hotel rooms. So you can imagine that.
Leisure, hospitality,
exactly,
highly competitive in the world.
Exactly.
To have a Nigerian brand.
Exactly.
Stand up for honors.
Yes.
Internationally.
Yes.
For what you're doing in this country. Yes. So I'm sure you must have made a whole lot of money this year as a company. Give me a sneak preview of what your financials will look like at the end of this year for the company and for shareholders.
Sure. So we've done exceedingly well. I mean, coming from COVID, when we improved our revenues by over 100%, year on year, we've done almost 50% in terms of increasing revenue, and same thing for our PBT as well. We've also increased quite significantly year on year. Our shareholders are definitely going to be very happy with us. We've increased our share price from 6 naira. We're now, I think, over 44 naira. So imagine if you invested in the shares of Transcorp Hotels PLC, you're going home with, you know, significant returns. And it's really part of our core as a group. As a group, we're so focused on transformation. So I'm talking today about Transcorp Hotels PLC. But again, if you look across the group, our investment in Power, Transcorp Power PLC, Transcorp Ugeli, which is where we're invested as well, Transafam Power. And recently we've just acquired AEDC as well. So increasingly, we're focused on transformation. Anything that we touch turns to gold. We're transformation agents, and we believe very strongly in returning increased shares, increased value to all of our key stakeholders, and that's important, and that's what drives us. Execution and excellence is our key word.
Now that you talk about gold, I saw some goldfish in your very little box on your table, and I was fascinated by that. As a woman in a women's world of very highly competitive business, how do you feel, Olusola? Do you sometimes feel like a goldfish that has no hiding place?
It's such a privilege to be in this place really of leadership, because, you know, constantly it's, you know, I have a responsibility, first to myself, second to my employers, and third to all the people that are watching. So we don't do it for the awards, the excellence, the execution, and all the core values, everything that we talk about. It's not just about the awards. It's what we believe day in, day out, you know. And so being that goldfish, you know that people are watching you, and we focus on delivering excellence at every point in time. A lot of women, young girls, always come up to me and they're like, you know, oh, how do you do it? How do you balance? How do you deliver? How do you, you know? And I always say to them, it's not about a balance, because that balance doesn't actually exist. But it's about ensuring that every single day you wake up, you are giving your best. You know, I always say the core values are hard work. You know, how do you actually go into your workplace? How do you go into life giving much more than what people expect of you? And then resilience is also something, you know, that can-do spirit, where you're going into the place and believing that you can do anything that you put your mind to. And just always solutions mindset. Like if it doesn't work today, you're actually going to say, how can I do better and deliver even much better tomorrow? So those are really key attributes that every leader and everybody that is working must actually take into into consideration when they're working.
Interesting scenario. We're ending the 2023 in another couple of days or so down the line, so it's a good time to look back and look forward. So give me your scenarios, strategies at Transcorp Hotels PLC and a part of the group of the Transcorp International Transnational Group for 2024.
It's been a great year, 2023, for us across the group all round. We have done exceptionally well. The revenue, we've done well. Our PBT as well, our numbers are looking extremely strong, so we're quite happy with that. We've also given back exceedingly well to our employees as well. We've invested quite significantly in training and in exposure. 2024 is going to be even much more exciting than 2023. We're bringing on a few initiatives and products onto the market. We have our event center, which is a 5,000 capacity event center, which we're going to be launching first quarter of next year. I am so excited about that. You know, we see, you were in Cairo this year, I think, and in different locations.
Intra-Africa trade,
exactly. Right, so imagine the opportunities for Nigeria if some of these events that are being held in other countries could be held in Nigeria, could be held in Abuja. So we're positioning this 5-star event center to ensure that we can bring in more events to hold in here. What does it translate to? It means that we can employ more people. It means that we can improve more in terms of spend more on food, more on leisure, more on activities that will be coming to Abuja and coming to Nigeria. So 2024, event center launch in the first quarter of next year. We're going to also increase our inventory in terms of our asset light strategy through our Aura business. Right now we have over 5,000 accommodations listed on that platform, and so what we're looking at is next year we're going to double that, also just double a lot more of our experiences on ground as well. Transcorp Hilton is going to continue to deliver super excellent customer experience. We're looking at more in terms of banqueting across the hotel and just a lot more, deliver more bottom line to our shareholders as well.
There's more of that interview chat with Modupe Olusola, Managing Director and CEO at Transcorp Hotels. The final part features here on Arise Exchange on Monday, 7:15 p.m. West African time.